Love and Mortar is brought to you in proud association with Builders Trade Depot. Building starts with us. Previously on Love and Mortar.
Bold me, actually.
With my own two hands, honey.
Michelle and Riaan chose the site and the plans for their new dream bioclimatic home, but the challenges have just started.
Building a better life. Build a house for me and you, eco-friendly with a garden too. With love for what it's worth, we'll build it green for better earth. Building a better life for me and for you.
It's so exciting to finally get this project up and running and to see them breaking ground and everything starting to happen.
And it's like no turning back anymore. You know, we're going into the foundations.
But being able to start on the foundations took us 2 months of research, hard work, tough decisions, and loads of changes.
Okay, so what's bothering you?
What we discussed it on it the other day, it was nice to come from the road, going in from this side. You know, that was the original plan when we started off with. Now it's
We
back
loved
where
the
it
plans
was.
when we first received them, but after we placed out the house on site, we found we needed to make some practical changes.
You see,
It's safe.
what doesn't make sense to me is the fact that this space here looks so big. Now, in practicality, when you're standing on the site, honestly, it's like from here to the wall, it's 1.5 meters. So I don't understand what all of this huge motor court area is.
No, but it is there.
But it's not that big when in reality.
Yeah, from our side, there's a problem with the garage at this moment. But you know, it's been moved because when you do foundations, you can't move it again. So the garage was on a different angle. And the turning circle wasn't big enough to get the cars in, so we had to move the garage a little bit.
It took many meetings and phone calls with Anthony to make sure that he understood what we want and need in our home.
It's all very well knowing that an average bathroom is 2.5 meters by 1.8 meters, and everybody says, oh gosh, this is a good sized bathroom. And it's all very well for an architect to draw standard bathroom sizes or standard bedroom sizes. But in my book, that doesn't cut the grade. I want it to be just a little bit more spacious, just a little bit more moving room. I find that today the developments are, you know, the rooms are, you can't even move in them, they're so tiny. So I've been quite insistent on really having a look at it and saying to Riaan, okay, let's measure this out. Let's get the bath. Let's see if the bath is going to fit in here and see how much turning movement you've got. How are your doors interacting with each other? Do you have to close a bathroom door before you can open your shower door? You know, that's inconvenient. So those sorts of things, that level of foresight, not accepting what the norm is kind of my personal bugbear.
Yeah, there's one little thing that's quite amusing. You know, we don't want a bidet in our house, but we've got a bidet. So the two of us decided we're going to have a little crib where the bidet is, because at least I've got something in the bathroom as well.
A little crib.
Crib.
A what?
A crib. Oh, pee-pee crib, man.
I don't understand.
A lily.
You're going to put a plant in there?
No, man. A pee-pee lily.
I don't know what a pee-pee lily is.
A crib.
I don't know what
Where
that
boys
is.
stand and wee.
Oh, no wonder I don't know what that is. You're talking about a urinal.
Yes, urinal. That's it.
The joys of English and Afrikaans. It's fabulous. Fabulous.
Coming up, things get tense when Riaan and Anthony have different opinions.
Anthony, I did listen to you. It
Nou,
was
told you, vergeet van die vensters, double glazing.
DPI Plastics, pipes for life. Available at Builders Trade Depot. Save energy and be comfortable with Isover insulation products from Saint-Gobain. Available at Builders Trade Depot.
It's 1.5 meters.
Riaan and Michelle are struggling to get the plans right for their new dream green home.
No, but it is there.
But it's not that big when in reality. The plans took a very long time to put together, and there's been a lot of backwardsing and forwardsing, especially because of all the green elements that need to be included. They need to be researched. So it's definitely been a more painful journey, I suppose, for want of another word.
Green building design is still a new concept in South Africa, so Anthony and his team draw on resources and knowledge from around the world.
You know, our office philosophy is to look at the broad spectrum of what is happening all over the world. And when you look at Australia, when you look at Europe, when you look at America, everybody is turning towards more energy efficient buildings, and we feel that as a people here in South Africa, we should also embrace these technologies and these thoughts, because it is only good for the planet and good for ourselves.
I'm starting to see in South Africa, people are cottoning on to the fact that green is an industry. You know, there are lots and lots of work opportunities here. New little businesses are starting up as people are problem solving how to tread better on the environment. And that's an awesome thing. Green is definitely becoming bigger and bolder in our country.
You know, there's two ways of going green, with the existing house that you've got or building a new house. And what we are doing, we're building a new house, because we want to be example for others in South Africa how to build green and how to have a good house where you can live in, how do you say, nice and warm in the winter and cold in the summer.
I don't know about cold, cool. Please.
Cool. You know, Anthony's trying to create a house, but he says that he wants to light a candle on the bottom floor, and that must heat up the house. That's how he's planning this house.
What Anthony's been very thorough with is the structure and where the glass is placed, how cool air and warm air are going to be moved throughout the structure. Things like in summertime, he's positioned lots of bodies of water around the home. So in summertime, you're able to leave doors and windows open, and the breeze will blow the cool air inside, which will be slightly cooler thanks to the body of water. And you can't commit it to the final drawing until you kind of know it works. So you have to meet with the people who have these ideas and see what is feasible and what isn't.
We arranged to meet with Riaan van Wyk from the CSIR. He edited the SA Green Building Handbook and has agreed to give us help and advice on how to build green.
I think what's happened in urbanization is you move into a house. All of a sudden there's a sewer pipe, there's a water pipe, there's an electrical connection, there's a refuse collection system. How it gets to you, what you do with it, and how it leaves you is of no concern. I think what the individual household should do is to take responsibility for that process. That doesn't mean to say that you cut off your water supply and you don't give your refuse, but how is it possible for me to accept responsibility for the energy coming to my house so that I reduce the energy coming to my house?
You know, we've spoken with Professor Llewellyn, and he said some incredible things that have just grown our knowledge. And that's what it's been a process of. We are all learning.
We are learning a lot for a better future.
Brought to you by
Riaan and Michelle.
Llewellyn agreed to host a green building workshop with us, Anthony, Keith from Accolade, our construction company, and Neville, Trevor's development partner at Avianto. Everything certainly started well.
by telling you where we're at with the plans and how far we are.
Let's do that.
Well, as you know, building a greenhouse, you can greenwash and you can go all green.
True.
And as you know, there's no guidelines or platform like the Green Building Council for residential buildings. So what we've done is we've created our own checklist. You know, the planet 100 years ago had 2-3 million people. Right now we've got 6 billion. In 50 years' time, we'll have 20-30 billion. So where's everybody going to eat? How are we going to live? How are we going to survive? So it's all got to do with the survival of this human race. We've looked at the house being a passive kind of machine where the whole house is responsive to its environment. So we've done all the good things. We've got grey water recycling.
I think it's a fantastic opportunity, I really do. To the extent that we can begin to create a base from which other people can extract and work from, I think that's superb. It's exactly what we need. I'm not interested in a material unless it's sustainable. And I'm not interested in a construction method unless it's sustainable. So that sustainability is the sort of platform that we use to assess whether the material or the method or the combination that we're dealing with is in fact going to be successful and meet imperatives or not. So philosophically, we should say we try to constrict that footprint. And where we have now covered that ecosystem, can we put it back somewhere? A wonderful place to put it back is, of course, on the roof.
The green principle is to create a well-insulated shell. Heat loss can happen through windows, so we had to make the right choice in window design.
I think what the principle is that we're trying to achieve here is to try and do that outside skin as tough as you possibly can and soften up the inside one. Now you're going to knock holes into the wall because you want windows, you want doors, you want view, you want sunshine and all that sort of stuff.
While you're on windows, can I ask you about double glazing windows?
I would not advocate double glazing. I would advocate a really good thermal glass.
Our decision-making process has literally, it's shaped, changed, grown, gone back and forth, settled back again, then gone absolutely no, heading off here. Don't you think?
Yes,
I mean, it's really
the windows.
been up and down, and the windows have been a constant issue. We could write a book about windows.
Listen,
The windows.
and if you don't listen, there you go. You're getting it from him. You're not
But
getting it from
Anthony,
me.
I did listen to you.
No,
It
I
was
told
a-
you, vergeet van die vensters, double glazing. Let's go for a tint on the outside, 30% of the cost for 70% of the effect. We said, wait until next week. Let us do the calculations for the windows. But the builder's wanting window frames.
Yeah.
You wanting this.
Yeah,
What do you want me to do for you, mister?
You want a green building advisor or a relationship builder? Because I'm not a guidance counselor. Come, let's have some coffee.
Okay.
The windows was such a big thing because we're going double glazing and everything is going to be made special because there hasn't been a double glazing window been made in South Africa out of wood. So everything is new. It's bigger pieces of wood. It's the whole thing about the glass, and we can't get to agreement what's going to be double glazed, what's going to be low E. So it's a lot of work getting to this plans where we are now.
We finally decided on a mixture of double glazing windows and doors with a low E coating. And Anthony got our plans ready to submit for municipality approval.
Muldersdrift is in Mogale City, and we took our plans to the municipal offices in their town hall. This is often done by your architect or developer, but you can do it yourself as well.
How are you?
Fine, thank you, ma'am.
Good. We are Riaan and Michelle, and we're here with our plans for our home that we're building, and our architect has given us lots of information, so I wanted to come and hand it in and get the process going.
Plans, we need 3 copies of the plans. How many are there?
Downstairs and upstairs.
3 copies.
3 sets.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3 sets. That's
Okay.
it.
Okay. I think everything is fine.
We basically take control of building. We check illegal buildings. We approve building plans that are coming in. We issue occupancy certificate. We attend to building inspections. We attend to complaints like your neighbor's complaints, encroachments, all these things.
And then now, if we pay this way, how long do we have to wait for the plans to
We're
be
going
approved?
to wait around 4 to 6 weeks.
4 to 6 weeks.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
And then I can start building.
You can. Immediately after the plan is
Good.
approved.
You can't just build
Without,
the approved plans.
Yes.
Can't I just start?
No.
But I already start digging the trenches.
you don't have to wait until your plan is approved.
Okay, okay.
The building inspector is going to do a site inspection to verify if it's on the correct stand, if the location on that plan is the correct one, and if he is satisfied, he will come back with the file in the office, sign it off, and approve the site inspection.
And as we build, is the inspector coming out to come and see how everything goes on?
Yeah. You immediately you gather your plans, you dig first the trenches.
Yeah.
Then you call for an inspector to come and check the trenches.
Okay.
Afterwards, he'll tell you to pour in the concrete, and you must call him again.
Okay.
To check step by step.
So it sounds quite easy.
Very
easy.
If you follow.
After that, you don't have to occupy without an occupation.
Okay, then we won't do that, I promise.
Okay.
Thank you.
So we go and pay this and we'll just bring you a receipt
that
back.
back to us. Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Have a wonderful day.
And you too.
See you in 2 weeks.
Okay, no.
4 to 6 weeks.
After 6 weeks.
Just trying my luck, you know.
Coming up, building finally begins, but that doesn't mean things are going smoothly.
And I know when you get that little tear in the eye, I mean, my heart goes, poof, I can't handle it at all.
Save energy and be comfortable with Isover insulation products from Saint-Gobain. Available at Builders Trade Depot. DPI Plastics, pipes for life. Available at Builders Trade Depot. Riaan and Michelle have submitted their house plans to the municipality and finally have the go-ahead to start building.
3 copies of the plans. How many are there?
For me, the hardest thing about building this home, and I would say it's the similar issue I had with doing the wedding, is the fact that every single day you have to make a decision. And it's not one decision, it's, 7 decisions, and all of them were equally important, and all of them require a lot of knowledge, research, understanding, and you have to make these decisions all the time, and they are life-changing decisions, literally. And if you make an error, you are going to have to live with it in your home every single day, looking at it for the next 50 years.
When people go to a builder to build a house, you pay them the money, they give you a list of you can choose this toilet, this taps and this windows, and they just build. You go every month, you can say, oh, my house is going well, but what's happening with the 2 of us, we've got to choose all our stuff because we are like owner builders. So they phoned, Werner would phone and say, we need our taps now. What taps are you going to use? And I said, I don't know. Did you sort out the fireplace? No, I haven't sorted. Have you sorted out the kitchen? I haven't sorted out the kitchen yet. So everything is on us, and every time there's something new that we've got to do. So it's quite hectic to get all that stuff, but it's also fun to do it.
I think what's been interesting for me about the process is that we agree fundamentally on most things. There hasn't really been anything that we've argued about, which is quite revealing. We come from different backgrounds, but yet we're such similar people. And it's kind of manifested in the same desires, the same tastes, the same wants. So, in fact, normally people say that couples argue. So far, so good. Long may it last, touch wood. Where's the wood? Where's the wood?
Yeah, but you know what? We fought more in planning the wedding than getting married. There's no fights yet on this building. I'm on top of Kilimanjaro. So now you can see everything, huh? Now, the thing is that a lot of people that build a house, the man takes control and he just decides, I want to buy here and I want to lapa and this is what I want and that's how I build my house. The wife can help with the paint. It doesn't work like that in life. And this is what the whole experience that we are trying to do here is that we can build a house without fighting, but you'll have to communicate to each other. It's always about communication. I think in any relationship, if there's no communication, the relationship goes down.
And I think where you could also potentially have a lot of arguments is the level of responsibility and the physical doing of stuff that each party is taking on. And I think in our case scenario, Riaan definitely has taken the lion's share because he's got an understanding of it. But he talks to me every step of the way and shares things. And it mightn't be a naive approach, but I will always ask questions. And sometimes one of those questions, he will go, oh, wow, thank you. I didn't think about that. There will always be a positivity that comes out of it.
I picked it up in the first few days, especially with the plans as well, is that men tend to talk to men. And then the woman sits on the outside. And I found, because I know Michelle, And I know when she gets a little teary in her eye, I mean, my heart goes, woof, I can't handle it at all. So what I'm doing now, I actually go and I look at the plans, and when I see that look in Michelle's eyes, okay, and I would say, Michelle, do you understand that? And if she said no, I said, you know what, it just works like this and this and this, and then she gets a better understanding, and then we can carry on as well. I've seen they've taken all the topsoil and they've put it on this side here.
Basically, all of this topsoil that's been removed off the stand, we're retaining whatever it is that's been on the site. And then when we're ready for the garden, we can just take this topsoil and use it as we want to for landscaping.
I can't wait. You must put your hands in your hand. You can feel the soil. That's,
good quality.
Yeah, it's like being a farmer, you know.
I know.
It's unbelievable, you know, if you think where we were, and now suddenly there's these wonderful trenches being dug out. Now this is the point of no return. The foundations are finished. The engineers have signed it off, and you can see all the builders are bringing this concrete and filling up all the trenches. Now we're going to start building. Now, like any job, you've got to have the right tools for the right job. Now what's very important about the foundation is the concrete, you know, the right depth. You can see we've got pins in here. This is 300 millimeters high, and we're going to fill it all the way till there. And it's also very important your foundation must be done in one day, so it can dry into a block. There's no cracks.
We are pouring 60 cubic meters of concrete. Concrete should be used within 4 hours of mixing, and the 8 trucks of concrete we needed just kept coming.
Building a home is a collective effort, and it requires cooperation and teamwork from everybody. At the end of the day, the people are going to live in the home with Riaan and Michelle, and they're the client, and they must get what they want. But I think most important is to build a home that Riaan and Michelle are going to love, and when they walk in there, it must be a home, not just a house.
So exciting to finally get this project up and running and to see them breaking ground and everything starting to happen. It's incredible.
I think there might be some changes along the line, but for now, that's where we are.
Next time on Love and Mortar. The foundations are laid on Riaan and Michelle's new house, but the plans still aren't set in concrete.
No more changing of plans.
One is allowed to change your mind.
But not when it's got concrete foundations.
Love and Mortar is filmed on-site at Les Jardines Eco Estate at Avianto, and Les Jardines is exclusively marketed by Pam Golding Properties. The home is being built by Accolade Construction Company, and bioclimatic plans were drawn up by Anthony Pappagiorgia Associates. Material suppliers for Love and Mortar are Cora Brick, Lafarge, Saint-Gobain, Swartland, Cobra, DPI, Libra and Val. You can read more about Love and Mortar in these magazines. Love and Mortar is brought to you in proud association with Builders Trade Depot. Building starts with us.